We've won the labor lottery and are now forced to work as an immigration inspector, processing the entry papers of eager individuals hoping to cross the border into our beautiful communist homeland, Ostroka. A job that seems easy until you realize we'll have to deal with confusing legal documents, armed criminals, cruel bosses, a mysterious rebellion group, support our struggling family, and hardest of all, lots and lots of reading. To 100% the game, I'll be finding all 7 hidden tokens, unlocking all 20 endings, and learning every single Steam achievement. So grab your hammer and sickle and sit back as I 100% Papers, Please. It's November 23rd, 1983, and the first day of our new job. But instead of having any sort of supervisor to train us, we're greeted by a single piece of paper. Inspector, welcome to your new position at a Greston border checkpoint. Entry is restricted to Ostrokan citizens only. Deny all foreigners. You got it. And thus, we can open our shutter and call the first person into our booth. It's an Ostrokan woman who's overjoyed, as this isn't just our first day, but the first day that the border has been open for 6 years, hence why the line looks like the average Anime Expo entrance. Since she's an Ostrokan citizen, we can approve her entry into the country. But not everyone is given entry that easily, as next in line is a lady from a neighboring country of import, who we must deny. Yes, it's a cruel, cruel world, as we must turn away tons of people who are looking to immigrate to the glorious lands of Ostroka, a name that I am 90% sure I'm pronouncing wrong. While we do approve a couple of Ostrokan citizens, eventually it hits 6 o'clock and it's time to head home. I get a little screen here recapping the day. For each person that I properly processed through the checkpoint, we earn 5 credits. So with the 13 we were able to get through today, we're given 65 credits. 50 of these need to go to various expenses for the apartment we live in with our family. It's a crazy crew. Wife, son, mother-in-law, uncle. My squad, truly crazy. The next morning, we've got a bulletin on our desk announcing that foreigners are now permitted entry, provided that they have a valid passport. But there may be people attempting to sneak in with forged documents, who will have to be denied entry. But as anyone who watches my videos will tell you, reading is not my strong suit. So I immediately forget that and deny this lady from Republia who has a perfectly valid passport. Oh. Applicant cleared for entry. Oh. Dude, if they know so well, then why they got me freaking working here? The next person, however, has expired documents, which I can point out using the game's inspect mode. The person after her who rolls up seems to have a perfectly valid passport, so I approve her. Now I'm starting to get the, what, I got a citation? Non-matching photo. Yes, I somehow didn't notice that these two people look just a tad bit different, giving me my final warning citation of the day. The most time-consuming aspect of checking passports is looking for the issuing city. The list of valid cities can be referenced in the manual I was given, but scrolling through the many pages of countries can take a while, meaning I process people a lot slower than yesterday. I go through the day approving people until an interesting person approaches the booth. Hello, handsome, you look bored. If you want a good time, come see us. The Pink Vice for all your fantasies. Okay, well, I'm approving you because the information's right, not because you gave me this. But the interruptions don't stop there, as during the very next entrance, someone climbs over the border wall. What's going on up here? Oh my god! This dude threw a grenade! Holy crap! What the hell just happened? Oh my god. Day was cut short by a terrorist attack. Well, that stinks. Freaking terrorists blew through my salary. Yes, because of the bombing, I was only able to process 4 people, blowing through my savings, leaving me with just $15 left. Can't people just go and bomb somewhere else? If I wanted to continue to support my family, I was gonna need to start making money fast. And speaking of making money, why don't you subscribe? It's free. I 100% a ton of games on this channel, like Cookie Clicker and Plants vs. Zombies. And subscribing means that you can fill that cranium of yours with my annoying voice instead of thinking about your life. On day 3, the government has upped the security due to yesterday's attack and are also now requiring all foreigners to bring a valid entry ticket. And after struggling with money yesterday, I start off the day on a great foot. Valid for today. This is not expired. You look female. No, approved. I hit approved more times. Ah, dang it. I go through approving passports as normal, though some of the entrants have some choice words for me. I heard about a terrorist attack. There was a terrorist attack. You're lucky to have a job still. Alright, chill, bro. What do you mean I'm lucky to have a job still? I didn't even process the terrorist. But for the most part, a totally normal day until we get an interesting visit. Papers, please. Okay, here we go. Glory to Ostroska, the greatest country. Okay, where are the papers? What are you doing? He's nothing. Yes, okay, there we go. Where's your passport? Passport? Ostroka's so great. Passport not required, right? Passport's required, bro. Okay, I hear you. I come back. Forgot your passport? Dude didn't even show up with anything. Alright, man. I try and process everyone else that day as fast as I can to earn back my stolen income from yesterday's success, though I do make a couple of minor mistakes, earning me 3 citations. And on the third one, I'm penalized 5 credits. I managed to make it through with 12 people processed. And somehow, all of that left me only $5 ahead of yesterday. Here's hoping that Uncle Jimbo doesn't knock up another one of the lovely ladies from Pink Vice. We read the newspaper on the way to work the next day to learn that the black market activity in Ostroka has exploded, which the government is blaming on lax immigration immigration control. Because of this, the entry tickets are being discarded, and now all foreign entrants must display an entry permit with information about them, like the reason for their visit and an ID number. And maybe the Astrokan government was kind of cooking on these laws, as my second visitor is a guy who looks like this and hands me a passport that looks like this. Not to mention, the next person straight up admits they bought a forged entry ticket. But after approving a couple more citizens, a woman comes through who is beyond excited that the border has opened to Astroka again, as she hasn't been able to see her son in 6 years. Oh no. Oh no, but your thing's expired. Oh no. Oh, please let me pass. My son is waiting. Okay. Just go quick. Collect the hidden import token. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know. She hadn't seen her son in 6 years, bro. Despite our citation, that was the first of 7 tokens we need to collect from different people throughout our journey, so it's good to be on the lookout for those. Later in the day, though, we get a visit from a familiar guest. Oh, this guy's back. Hey, hello again. This Droska is still best country for sure. I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry. Corbestrand is not a real country. Okay. You know, like passport, I understand. I come back with the better one. Yeah, just come back with the better one. I think one of my favorite parts of this game is the increasingly insane reasons people give for why their passports are invalid. Like this lady who just says, check again. And this one who has 2 completely different ID photos, so she claims it's surgery. Okay, yeah, sure. But despite this lady's totally necessary deviated septum surgery, we process a few more folks before the day ends. The rent has gone up. Jesus, I'm barely breaking even here. Every time things seem to look up in Astroka, I'm knocked right back down. It's day 5, and a Republican track star, Vince Lestrade, has fled the country after he murdered his girlfriend. Such a lovely way to start my morning. You are now authorized to detain suspicious individuals. I don't feel like I should have that power, nor do I really want it. Besides that, though, there are no major changes to the documents needed for today, so we can process people just like we did yesterday. But clearly that experience didn't help me out one bit, as I received citations on both of my first 2 assessments. Even though the first 2 citations don't cost you anything, since each day is only a certain amount of time, when you spend all that time looking over someone's papers, only to not earn any money off them, it can be devastating. Not to mention, it means if I make any other mistakes today, I'll be penalized. And just like my mother said 26 years ago, I am very prone to making mistakes. 1947, 1983 is next year. This is 1982. Wait, this is the bad guy. Oh no, I'm gonna die today. Look, I did not kill her. I was set up. Do not believe the Republican lies. Sorry, bro. You're getting detained, man. With that, the guards bring Vince to custody, and we can keep on processing. I continue until a jovial man who is beyond excited to be permanently immigrating to Astroka comes by. He says he'll be escaping the tyrannical Integria government, and his papers all check out, so he's approved. But be kind to my wife. She's just after me. Oh, no. Oh, no. I already know how this is gonna go. The wife comes through next, and she is missing her entry permit. I consider letting her through, but since I'm so tight on credits right now, and I've already gotten 2 citations, I can't afford to take the risk. I'm forced to deny her entry, separating her from her husband. To which she just responds, "You have doomed me." And God, do I feel awful about this. Maybe I should have just taken the hit, honestly. The next guy comes in with a non-matching ID photo, which I'm now given the option to run a fingerprint test on, which he fails, denying him entry. And just like that, the day ends. Today, I was only able to process 10 people, meaning I'll have to dip into my savings. We're also offered an upgrade to our booth that'll allow us to access inspect mode using the spacebar, which I decide to further dip into our account for, in hopes that we'll be able to process more people per day. But before we move on to day 6, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Mirthwood. Mirthwood is a fantastical RPG meets life sim game that's inspired by games like Stardew Valley, Fable, and RimWorld. The game is split between managing your farm and a real-time RPG where you try to survive the dangers of Bleakwood, which is an open world with 6 diverse regions and 3 diverse towns. On your farm, you can plant crops, raise animals, and craft items and gear to help improve your farm. You can even turn your crops into a cup of mead to sell to the local townsfolk. But don't get too comfortable, as there are powerful enemies there lurking below the surface, and it's your job to take them out. Or maybe you'll just spend your time talking to the NPCs or befriending your pet. One of the coolest aspects of Mirthwood is the intense customization. At the beginning of the game, you get your choice between a bunch of different classes like a farmer or a tinkerer. You can even be a rat catcher, which will of course make you resistant to hunger and disease, but will mean you have less game than the average Shoney-Do viewer. The game's all about choice, so you get to choose to be good or evil, or focus on leveling the skills you like to get the most out of that trait's skill card. So if you're ready to embark on quests and mysteries across Mirthwood, wishlist the game on Steam now, because it'll be coming to Steam on November November 6th, with tons of free DLC updates like the ability to have a family, make children, modding sport, and even co-op multiplayer. Head to the link down in the description and grab it on Steam today. On day 6, the government has now instituted a work pass for people hoping to come to the country to work. And now the amount of documents is starting to become overwhelming. The second person at the booth is admitted, but hands us a note as she leaves. It says that a man named Dari Ludham promised her work and is coming through immigration today. However, the woman fears that Dari is actually going to kidnap her and force her to work at a brothel. And dear God, I did not realize this game was going to be so dark, which is why our good friend Georgie has to come in and bring in some lighter humor. This dude's back again. Oh no, I feel awful. Now you need a freaking permit, man. Oh man, you funny guy. I'm sorry, dude. Keep up at it. Wow, you run very strict border here. That is good. Do job right. I look for entry thing and come back. I hope to approve him one day. A couple people down the line and Dari Lumden arrive. And it seems like the woman before was right, as he hands us an advertisement for Pink Vice and says he will give us a good girl. As much as I would like to throw this guy straight into a volcano, the best I can do is use the inspect mode to detain him. Besides that, the day is pretty normal until... What the heck's going on? For a Kolochka? Oh my God! Holy crow! The day was cut. What? Dude, these terrorist attacks gotta stop. I don't have enough money to pay for food. Oh crap. Stupid terrorist. I can't pay for food. Yes, even by using all my savings, I'm unable to feed my family, forcing them to go starving for the night. But on the bright side, my detainment of Dari yesterday led to an entire human bad stuff ring being shut down. The Ostrokan government suspects that the bombing yesterday had something to do with Kalichian extremists. I mean, he did literally scream for Kalichka before blowing himself up, so yeah, I think there might be some credence to this theory. However, the Ostrokan solution for this is to do full body scans on every single person from Kalichka. It's only day 7, and we've already introduced racial profiling. This new scan function can be used if someone doesn't appear to match the gender listed on their passport. And as a guy who has only ever been referred to as ma'am on the phone, I feel your struggle, Olivia. The only time this scan feature is effective, though, is on Stardew Valley Gus here, as it reveals that he's trying to smuggle drugs into the country, leading to a detainment. A lot of people come through whom we need to scan, though, and the scan takes a while to actually process, leading me to intaking people even slower today, which is quite literally the opposite of what I needed. By day's end, I've only processed 8 people, and on top of the fact that I'm already struggling, now my stupid son is sick and needs me to buy medicine. And if it were me, I would just not get sick, kind of a skill issue, but I pay 5 credits for the meds anyway. On day 8, apparently the Kalichian racial profiling rule was not well received for whatever reason, so we are no longer authorized to do that. And the first person at the booth is a Kalichian diplomat coming to speak against this policy. Brilliant strategy, Astrokans. On a lighter note, Georgie returns today. But this time, he's got the now retired entry ticket, so I must reject him once again. Do not come back again? No, I want him to come back. This guy's nice. You're a nice guy, but I have business in Stroska. I get right papers and see you. One day, bro. Looking at Georgie's illegal fabricated documents is truly the highlight of my day. But he's not the only interesting individual who comes by the booth. Oh, papers please. The order awaits. What? Corman Drex. The freak is the order? And later on, we encounter that very same person. She seems to have perfect papers for admission, but I'm still unsure what to do. I'm just gonna deny him. I don't know. Was that right? I don't know. I need to feed my son, man. Applicant clear for entry. I don't know. They told me to do it. Or maybe they told me to not do it. I don't remember. The lack of scans, though, means I can go much faster today and end up getting through 12 entrants. This gives me enough money for rent, food, heat, and even some left over to upgrade my boot. Now I can toggle the stamp bar by using tab, which sounds small, but trust me, this is one of the most time-efficient upgrades in the entire game. On day 9, we're visited by one of the armed guards. I am a guard here. My name is Callens. They pay me almost nothing. They pay us all as much. I get small bonus when you detain people. When you detain, more they give me for processing. This is not fair, right? You should get something too. So I fixed this problem. I give you 5 credits for my bonus for every 2 people you detain. Sounds like a good deal to me. So while detaining before was just a silly little haha activity you could do for fun, now it's in your best interest to detain every single person who doesn't have accurate documents. The concept of having a financial incentive to detain people is truly insane, though. It'd be like if you could run a prison for profit. Hey, wait a second. But little Billy needs more medicine, so I detain every single person I can find a reason to. Amidst my detainment spree, though, we get an interesting visit. I do not have much time. You must hold on to these. Okay? Keep them safe today. I'm being followed by an imposter. They pretend to be from the Ministry of Information, but it's a lie. If they ask for these documents, give them these instead. Do not mix them up. A couple people later, and the spy rolls up, claiming to be from the Ministry of Information, requesting the documents and slipping me a $10 bill. I give her the fake documents, I think. I'm not sure. I kind of got them mixed up. I really should not have been chosen for this job. Later in the day, we get another visit from Corman Drex, to which I deny their passport again. But they seem unaffected and instead start talking to me. Enormous Corman Drex, you have something of mine. Read quickly. Oh god. Stroka is a great country poisoned by corrupt leaders. War has made government greedy and paranoid. You have seen for yourself. Help us free Stroka from his shackles. Do not lose this. What the heck? What the heck is this? I take the cipher, but I'm still unsure whether to trust this Order of the Essex Star or not. I ignore it for now, but have a pretty rough back half of the day, receiving a 4th penalty for 10 total credits lost, leaving me with no savings at day's end. The newspaper on day 10 reveals that I did in fact give the spy the fake documents envelope, which led to our Stroken spies staying hidden. Before work begins, we're visited by our district manager. You are inspector here. That makes you my responsibility. You have received 18 citations, perhaps. It was my mistake to rely on the lottery. Let this motivate you. Aww, for sufficient. I will return in 10 days. Do not embarrass me. I'm glad to be sufficient, honestly. With that terrifying meeting out of the way, we can start on processing people. I attempt to go as fast as I can in order to not die tonight, as I desperately need to start saving. It helps that the people who came through that day aren't exactly the brightest. What is passport? Midway through the day, we get another visit from the Order. Our agents are ready. Starting tomorrow. Let them pass. Okay. If we place the cutout he gave us over the note we received yesterday, it shows us 2 different names, Michael Saratov and Stephanie Greer. I'll need to be on the lookout for when those 2 people come by. The rest of the day goes on by pretty quick, just detaining people whenever I can. I'm pretty excited, as between today and yesterday, I've detained at least like 8 people, which is going to be a much needed giant payout from Kolensk tomorrow. For the first time at the end of the day, I'm actually able to put money into my savings account as opposed to take it out. I'm getting pretty good at this immigration thing. Day 11 starts off pretty uneventful until our boy Georgie is here once again. Except this time, all his documents seem to be correct and accurate. Besides the fact that he literally admits to paying someone to forge the documents, there is nothing I can find to deny him on. So on Georgie's 5th visit to the booth, I'm able to give him that coveted green stamp. Alright, you the best. Stroska the best. Here, take this. Collect the hidden Oberstron token. Yay! After that, we get even better news as Kolensk comes. We've detained 8 people so far, so I should be expecting a whopping 20 credits. When he slips us the bills, it looks a little light. This is not enough. Wait, you only give me 5 for 8? Yes, I know. My wife's sick now. Neighbor spreads the flu. This is what is left after medicine. What? I'll give you the rest next time. Maybe you detain more people to make it easier. Whoa, what a jerk. And this is complete bullcrap. As someone who has paid for medicine before, everyone knows that it only costs $5 and always completely heals you, meaning this guy's scamming us. Irregardless, later in the day comes the man the Order told us about, Michael Saratov. I consider letting him through, but ultimately decide that I'd rather be loyal to the Ostrokan government. No disrespect to the EZIC, but until they can come up with a slogan, glory to Ostroka, I'm gonna have to decline. Not to mention I have just barely figured out how to feed my family. I don't need to start introducing some cultish rebellion into my day-to-day life. This, for some reason, angers the shadow government, and an Ezek operative visits me later in the day, saying that when the next agent comes in 3 days, I better let them through. Making a lot of demands with 0 finance, my Ezek brother. Another key factor I start looking at is people's weight. If you compare their listed weight and the one on the scale looks larger, it's a good idea to scan them, as sometimes it means, and you have a bomb on your back. I also learned that just because someone doesn't look like their passport photo does not necessarily mean they're lying. Like this woman who claimed the years have been cruel, which I laugh off until the fingerprints come back and, oh my god, the years have been cruel. What did you do? Live through a war or something? Oh, yep, that makes sense. But just like that, it was the end of the day. Strange man brought money. Unchecked to burn it. Ezek gift. What the heck? I don't want that money. I don't feel as though I want that. I don't trust these Ezek guys at all. Despite it leaving me with literally 0 savings, I decide to burn the gift out of fear of this biting me in the butt. I walk to work the next day, but upon arriving, someone's already there to surprise us. Oh my god, who's this guy? Good morning, Inspector. You're healthy today, yes? I am. I have just a few questions for you. Ministry of Information. We think a suspicious group attempts to stir up trouble. I think some members enter this checkpoint, so we come to talk to you. Have you seen anything like this? It is some kind of symbol for group. I have. Yeah, here you go. Very interesting. They are the documents, boss. It is best if you come with me. Oh, here's the thing. I didn't think it would go like this. Oh. You're under arrest for associating with suspicious groups. Bro, I was trying to help. The Ministry of Information will perform a full audit of your recent activities. Glory to Ostroska. Yes, narking on ourselves not only got us a Steam achievement, but also our first ending. There are 20 of these throughout the game, and I'm gonna find every single one, good or bad. I reload my save, and this time do not give the exit documents, and proceed on with the day. Because in this world, you can't trust the EZIC, and you can't trust the government. The only person you can trust is yourself. And Georgie, I guess, he's cool too. About midway through the day, a man with valid Ostrokan papers comes through the line and starts talking to us on the way out. See many people, yes, I'm looking for engineers. Do me a favor. Give my card to any engineers you meet. I'm gonna come back in a few days, pay you 5 credit for each engineer that calls me. Okay. That is important information. A little while later, our first engineer comes through, which we can see from his work pass, and we hand him the guy's business card. Besides that, the day is uneventful until it's cut short by another Kalechian bomber. That night, an Ezek guard once again brings a bribe, this time of 2,000 credits. This one hurts even more to turn down, as the attack cutting the day short means that we don't have enough money for food, so our whole family starves for the night. How am I expected to support this entire family on a single salary? Uncle Jimbo either gotta get a job, or I'm gonna see how Ezek feels about repealing child labor laws. Due to all the bombers that have been getting through lately, the board is now instituting a change to foreign entry. They must now bring in identity supplement. This little slip denotes the person's height, weight, their thumbprint, and a short description that isn't always the most flattering. Overweight. Jesus Christ. Cleanse comes by again today, but since I was only able to detain 2 people the last couple days, we only get $5. But hey, I take what I can get at this point. We also get a visit from a famous football player. Hey man, I lost ID card. I think someone stole it from the locker room, but we won match. Can't wait to get home. Oh, sorry bro. Carried this for years. Maybe you can take it. Okay, I'm gonna take it, but I'm gonna deny you. Hey, BS. I gave you a pennant even. I'm gonna tell coach about this crap. Now having to compare 3 separate documents, I move a lot slower through each person and only managed to process 9 and suffer 10 credits and penalties. On the bright side, I did give an engineer business card, and that couldn't save me from being so broke that I don't feed the family again. Technically, I could have afforded it if little Billy wasn't out in the streets licking freaking concrete. You're costing me a fortune, kiddo. And as if we weren't tackling enough, we now get a list of the top 3 criminals that we need to reference every day and detain any we find. On the bright side though, this means more people to detain. Midway through the day, the Stephanie Grayer rolls through. The Ezek agent we were told to permit. But now that I know that working with Ezek can get us killed, I decide to deny her entry. Besides that though, I finally have all the documents down and I'm flying through people like never before. And by the end of the day, I've processed 14 entrants and haven't gotten a single penalty. With money like this, we can finally start out, oh, and everyone in our family is sick, so we need to spend $15 on medicine. Awesome. Draining our last $5 is the final booth upgrade that allows us to access inspect mode using a double click, which I deem worth it. Day 15 starts out pretty uneventful with no new rule updates until death to Astroka. Bro, I got a bomb. Despite me absolutely freaking out, Cleanse comes over to us, cool as a cucumber, claiming this to be an amateur bomb. He walks me through disabling it like it's a freaking escape room puzzle, screwing off the top and then cutting the wires in numeric order, which manages to disable it. I say that we should probably close down the checkpoint for the day, you know, because I was just handed a bomb. But Cleanse says that he needs to make money today, so it has to stay open, which is a fair point. As an added bonus, he'll sell the bomb for parts and give us some of the profit. Soon after, I find the 4th engineer, meaning I've now used all of the business cards I was given. An Ezek agent comes by and requests the coded documents back and hands us a note. Both agents were denied. We cannot succeed without your help. Droko was born. Their order fulfilled. Same role as today. When tyranny ends, we will disappear again. Besides this, the day is going pretty well until I forget to check someone's weight, receive a citation for it, and then he proceeds to blow himself up and end the day early. This is quite bad, as my family is already hungry and now I can't afford food, making me question if they'll make it to night 16. But it's not all bad news, as due to the recent explosions, we're now given the key to a tranquilizer gun. And if we shoot any trespassers, we receive a bonus? This whole place is the most insane pay model I've ever heard of. Speaking of bonuses, Cleanse comes by and he shorted us again, only giving us $10 despite detaining 7 people. This actually really annoys me because you're not the only one with a sick family, man. And mine wouldn't be sick if you just paid me and I could afford to turn the heat on. And this is a perfect example of how the rich use infighting amongst the middle class to keep us oppressed. On the bright side, he does throw us an extra $5 for the bomb parts. I try admitting to people as fast as I can until an old woman comes by who lacks her entry permit and ID supplement. She slips me 10 credits and says that she desperately needs surgery and the one she needs is outlawed in her home country. I know I could just pocket the credits and deny her entry anyway, even as strapped for cash I am, I still have a heart, so I let her through. And the bribes don't stop there. Just a couple people later, the engineer guy comes back through and tells us that all 4 engineers end up calling him, so he gives us $20 in our 3rd token. After just processing 6 people though, an attacker jumps over the wall. I throw in the tranquilizer key and fire up a couple shots at him, but miss, and the other guards manage to take him out first. Even still, I'm given a bonus just for firing at all. So with all those bonuses and bribes today, I'm finally able to afford food, heat, 3 doses of medicine, and even save an extra $20. That was huge, because without all those bribes, I think our family would have just straight up died. On day 17, there's a new guard named Sergey who introduces himself to us. Turns out that Sergey and I grew up in the same village, and we have a good old laugh about that. Despite the jokes though, he leaves with the rather heartfelt sentiment that he will do his best to keep us safe. And even though I like him a lot, I try not to get too attached, as I've seen more exploded guard guts out here than I can count on one hand. Later on, an Ezek agent visits me and says that they're not the ones behind the recent border attacks. And since they just want to weaken the corrupt Astrokian government, they also want these unknown extremist groups to go away. They'll be sending another agent today, and and they suggest I let her through. Then he hands me this thing. Unfortunately, even if I wanted to let this ancient in, I would have no idea as I don't have a single clue what the heck this is for. I process people like normal until a reporter comes by with just a passport and I press pass. So I of course deny him entry. Something that he does not take too kindly to. This is outrage. Why am I denied? Your press pass is worthless, friendship. I've never even heard of it. This is a violation of rights. I will not lay down for your corrupt abuses. Expect to read about this. Okay. What am I going to read about? The fact that I'm good at my job? I only managed to get through 9 people that day and received $10 in penalties, which means I just completely blew my entire savings in one night. Awesome. And to top it all off, my son's birthday is in 2 days. And unless he is obsessed with engineering business cards or coded ciphers from cult organizations, we're going to need to earn some money for a gift. I guess the journalist from yesterday wasn't lying, as his story about being rejected by us is on the front page in the newspaper. To prevent more stories like this from being published, we now must use the reason for a denial stamp, meaning that we'll also have to investigate the exact reason why someone is being denied, as it's not enough to just deny them. Though the reason for denial stamp by no means makes people happier about being denied. Screw you anyways. Stop wasting my time. Come on. Besides that, the day is uneventful until after a few people, someone jumps over the wall. But this time, I'm able to successfully tranquilize him before he's able to kill the guard. I just couldn't bear the thought of losing the homie Sergey. Even though we were only able to process 6 people that day, we receive a $20 bonus for successfully taking out the attacker. This, combined with our detaining bonus, means that as long as we starve our family, we're able to afford the expensive crayon set that our son wants for his birthday. For today's rule change, the Ministry of Trade has requested that we deny all travelers from import. Why? Couldn't tell ya. My brain will not work because I've eaten 4 out of the last 10 days. Thank you for yesterday. My aim is not like before. Bro just was coming up to say his skill issue. The day is relatively boring until we get a nice surprise at the end. This guy's back? I'm here again. Everything all set up now. I come often through to see you. We become good friends. Why did you come back? But I noticed that Georgie's a little bit heavier than he is on his identity supplement, so I interrogate him on it. It's a sad story. My wife was a very bad cook, but if I did not eat, she gets angry. Uh-oh, maybe you not like this. Oh no. Is he like a terrorist now? What? What is this? He's drugs! I have a little side business here. Let me through and I'll give you a little something. 10 credits. I give you 10 credits just for the little stamp. I turned down 10 credits for 2.5. It's okay, I understand. Drugs are bad, not good for kids. You do great work here still. Aww. Well, now I feel kind of bad. Maybe I should have approved him. I managed to get through 12 people that day, and since my son got sick on his birthday, I'm exactly break even. I really thought this was gonna get easier as time went on, but still 20 days in, and I'm paycheck to paycheck. But it was all worth it because when we close in on day 20, our son has drawn a beautiful picture of us. And in case you can't fully understand the complexness of this artwork, don't worry. The Papers Please wiki has you covered. Son's drawing 1982 was made by an Astrokan child who aspires to the ideology and aesthetic of primitivism. The work itself depicts a shielded eagle watching the back of a brave warrior identified as Papa, the Sanskrit word for sin. Son's drawing has a phrase, hang on wall, which is intended to estrange the audience and emotionally detach them from the action and the Papa. Man, if I knew I was raising such an art prodigy, I probably wouldn't have let him starve in a freezing cold apartment for the past month. To start the day off, we're visited by the head of the Ministry of Admission once again. He tells us we've only received 17 citations in the past 10 days and gives us a second plaque for sufficiency. Finally, he tells us he has an old friend coming through named Shay. He wants us to let her through regardless of any issues with her documents. And it looks like we're getting it from both ends this morning, as an ESIC agent visits soon after and tells us we need to stop a man named Khalid Ishtam, and then gives us an envelope of anthrax. I am beyond thankful we never worked with these guys, as this just took an 8-foot leap from approve some undocumented immigrants to use your government job to commit manslaughter. When Mr. Ishtam comes through, I approve him without a second thought. I managed to get through 13 people that day, and combined with my detained bonus means I can finally start to build up a little nest egg. On day 21, we're introduced to a new document type, one for those seeking asylum, which doesn't require an entry permit, but instead a new asylum grant, which literally displays all the same information as an entry permit, making me wonder why it is at all necessary. The fourth person who comes through our booth has all completely valid documents, but has a bit of a strange request. He actually wants the rejection stamp, as it'll allow him to break his work contract and accept a better offer that he got in import. To cement this, he offers us 10 credits, so I of course comply and reject him. But the bargains don't stop coming, as just 2 entrants later, we get another offer. I only have passport, but hear me out. There's little time. I must enter today. I come back 3 days with the right papers. To prove I give you something important. It is a special family treasure. Fully digital. You hold as collateral. I'll be back to pick it up. And take this. All for green stamp. Alright. After a couple hours, there's another terror attack, this time from a man on a motorcycle, making him even harder to hit. He manages to take out one of the non-Sergei guards before I nail a shot on him, which for some reason explodes his motorcycle, and I truly do not know why. But with the day over, we receive some not so great news. Your sister's been arrested. Her young daughter needs a home. I can adopt her? Oh, it costs money, I see. So I can skimp out on food to adopt my niece. To get another freaking obligation, man? Okay, fine. Jeez, alright, fine. Blew through my savings, my nest egg that I had just built up. All right. And on the start of day 22, Sergei comes by. This is more action at this checkpoint than in the war. I fought in Kalichka for 5 years. If you think this is bad in Ostrovska, it's 10 times worse in Kalichka. Do not blame them for coming here. In a cold, unforgiving world where it seems like pretty much everyone is doing what they're doing to advance their own self-interest, it's rather refreshing to have a character like Sergei who has so much sympathy for others, even when they're actively attacking him. Extremely base. The fourth entrant today is the football guy from earlier, who has the right documentation now, requests his poster back so the coach will let him have the front seat, which is genuinely an insane thing to say. But he offers us 10 credits for it, so I begrudgingly comply. And our 7th visitor of the day is everyone's favorite. This guy's back. Oh no. Oh god, you're sneaking in the drugs again, man. Maybe things get too sexy in here. What does he have this time? Drugs? Looks like good stuff, right? Wait, I'll give you 10 credits for an okay stamp. Think about family. They can buy many happy things with this credit just for little harmless drugs. I'm gonna detain you. I can't take the L. At the end of the day, someone offers me 10 credits to sell the pawned watch to him. Despite it sounding tempting, I decided against it and stayed true to the original watchman. I mean, he did say it was a family heirloom, and after all, that feels pretty pricey to me. Your niece has brought her mother's savings. Oh my god. Saving the niece was such a power move. Holy crow. Such a financial boon. With $100 sitting pretty in my pocket, I hardly feel the effects of the $5 extra in food our niece makes us pay. Day 23 opens up though with something being a bit different. Who's this guy? I want to shoot him already. Your position is important. Your responsibilities are broad. Follow all protocols strictly. What the frick does that mean? Things only get more confusing though when an Ezek agent approaches my booth. Khalid killed 2 Ezek agents. Another assassin comes. Man in red carries info on all Ezek in Ostrovska. Cannot take chances. You must kill him today. We will provide opportunity. If succeed, you will be caught. Must sacrifice self for Ostrovska. Family will be safe. No thanks, man. He also hands me a silver key and tells me to shoot to kill. Don't know why they had that and my supervisor did, but we're far beyond asking questions. Later in the day, this guy named Thomas says the rightful owner of the watch was right behind him in line and won't shut up about it. Thomas knows the other guy's only going to offer me 10 credits for it, so he offers me 20 if I decide to sell it to him, which honestly kind of is a baller move. I do consider it very heavily, but since his passport is expired, I don't trust him and deny him entry instead. Papers, please. As promised, I'm back with the right papers. You have my watch? I do. Here you go. She's beautiful. Here. Now I just need battery. He did only give me 10 credits. There's new scratch here. Give money back. Oh, screw you! All Ostrokins are the same. Liars and cheats. Dang, I should have sold it to the other guy! You jerk beats me for being freaking nice. I can't believe I seriously did all that just for 10 credits, no achievement, and he was a jerk. Midway through the day, the Ezek distraction happens like they said, but I decide to shoot the attacker as opposed to the man in red. At the day's end, we're given the opportunity to move up to a nicer Class 7 apartment at the cost of $100. Wow, really can't let me have my savings for even a day, can you? Day 24 opens with a bit of a strange bulletin. The Ostrokan government wants us to start confiscating passports from all Ostrokan citizens living in the Atlin district, preventing them from fleeing to other countries. This feels like a good, honest, and ethical decision, and people don't exactly take kindly to it. Thank you, it is good to be back home. I'm leaving for a trip soon, so I just need a passport back. It is being confiscated. What do you mean? Contact number on slip for recovery. You can just hand it back. No thanks. It has been filed, I cannot give it back. I'm not leaving without passport. Okay. Well, then I'll get a detainment bonus on you too. Cannot do this to me. I'm an Ostrokan citizen. I have the right to travel freely. I mean, technically she does, but hey, I'm just listening to orders, man. Oh my god, they had to knock her out. I mean, she had a valid passport and everything, too. I kind of feel bad. An Ezek agent comes by later and gives me a note saying that the man in red survives. Our plans must adapt. I love that he refers to these plans as our, as if I hadn't been doing everything in my power to sabotage their every move. Georgie also comes by again today. Oh, no. Good to see you again. Faces unwanted bulletin. What? I pay the police like crazy. I think twice about trusting friendly people. Oh, no. Poor man. But other than that, the day is pretty standard. On day 25, Sergei visits us once again. Oh, what's up? Friend, how are you doing? I have a small favor to ask. During the war, I met a beautiful girl. I think about her every moment. Yesterday, I received word that she is finally coming here. Please let her pass and I will be in your debt. Her name is Elisa. Elisa what? Oh, and she looks like that. In immigration news, a deadly polio outbreak has started spreading in the United Federation. So I need to turn down every single entrant from there. Later on, someone comes with a passport and no entry ticket. So they attempt to sweeten the deal by slipping me a note they made. You are hot like fire. You object of desire. Wrap my heart in wire. Approve my visa. I deny him, but keep the note, which comes in handy a couple people later. Life sucks. Nobody loves me. Aw, here, take this note. For you, yeah. Like fire? Object of desire. Oh, wow, nobody says this thing. Part about visa is confusing, but the rest is really powerful. Aw. Good on you, man. This earns us an achievement as well as our 4th token. For our final visitor of the day, it's the Shay woman that the head of our department told us to let through. Unfortunately, she doesn't have valid papers, so I'm forced to reject her. And when she starts yelling at me, I detain her as well. I would not do that. Dimitri is not a forgiving person. I am no fool. This is inconvenience, but I'm not worried for myself. Tell Dimitri I say hello. You know, I felt a lot more confident about this before she said that. The following morning, we receive a visit from our boss. You worthless urchin. I had to pull many strings to get Shay out. It was made very clear to let her through. My patience with you has run out. Uh-oh. To jail I go. Your supervisor has reported you for theft of a stolen property. My god, what a jerk. Penalty is forced labor. Your family will be sent back to their village. Glory to Ostroska. On the bright side, that's our 2nd of 20 endings unlocked. I reload our save from earlier, this time letting Shay through without a second thought. I also want to note that I kind of popped off here and set my record for most people processed in a day at a whopping 15.
It's almost scary how good I am.
On day 26, the outbreak protocols have been updated, and now everybody must carry a certificate of vaccination on because them. I was really just thinking there weren't enough documents. I can already see the top comment now. Trying to do really the type of guy to complain about papers in a game called Papers, Please. The 3rd entrant of the day is the woman that Sergey told us about, his lover, Elisa. She's just missing so many papers, but tells me that Sergey is the only person she has left, as her entire family has died. And since Sergey has been truly the biggest homie this entire time, I decided to let her through anyway. I'll never forget your kindness. Elisa! Oh, it was her. Okay, good. Oh my god, they're embracing. Aww, that's so cute. Aww. Okay, well, I'm glad I did that now. The day continues on as normal until we suffer the largest attack yet. 2 men on motorcycles and a guy who jumps over the wall. I'm able to use the tranquilizer gun, though, and disable all 3 of them. The day being cut so short, plus the citation I received from Elisa, is a little annoying, but using my savings, I'm able to make it through the night. Day 27 starts out with a visit from our boy, Sergey. Elisa is so happy here. Aww. Of course, bud. She says, our first son will have your name. Oh my god. This is fine, but I told her I want a daughter first. I want to show the locket to her. Here you go. I missed not having this with me. It is not much, but we have found a small way to thank you. These will deliver to your home. I hope it helps. Tomorrow I'm transferred to another post. Aw, green guy. Stay safe, my friend. Of course, buddy. Good on you, man. Our only friend in this life, Sergey, is leaving us. I truly have nothing to lose now, as there can't be anything sadder than this. In Papers news, though, the entry permit and ID supplement have now been consolidated into a single access permit. And like, yeah, that probably should have happened like 20 days ago. An ESIC agent visits us once again and asks us to confiscate the passport of a Kalichian diplomat, and you all know where I stand on that by now. I proved that guy and let him take his passport, to which I'm scolded by an undercover ESIC agent later in the day. That night, Elisa drops off a staggering $100 gift, which should mean we have no money problems for the rest of our stay as an inspector. But that's the least of our issues, as on day 28, we're instructed to start confiscating all Ostrokan passports, which is definitely a normal thing for a country to do, and not the move of an authoritarian state that plans to trap us here no matter the conditions. People obviously don't seem thrilled about this, and tensions only further rise when the Ministry of Information confiscates all 6 of me and my family's passports at the end of the day. Starting to feel like I made a bit of a mistake doing they listen to the government. On day 29, the government investigator has returned and says that I'll be receiving an information audit in just 3 days. Don't worry, guys, I have nothing to fear, so surely this will go well. At this point, I'm getting really scared, but thankfully a familiar face stops by to cheer me up. Hey, our boy's back, Georgie. I read newspaper. Things are getting a little crazy. Maybe you think about going away for a bit. Oberstraun is a great place. Right next door up north. Our passports have been confiscated. I cannot leave. That is not good sign. Hold on. I know a guy. Whoa. Need forged Oberstraun docs. It looks so real. Proof for entry. Just give him real passports to work with. He changes info to match for you. I learned that the hard way. So I need to confiscate some documents. Yes, Georgie's flyer explains that in order for this guy to create Oberstraun passports, he will need an existing passport as well as $25 per family member. Thanks again. Hey, you know what? Take my passport. Aw. I'll get another one, no problem. Aww. In order to escape with our entire family, we're gonna need to confiscate 6 passports and have $150. All of this needs to be done before our information audit on day 32, meaning we only have 3 days. Earning that much money is a pretty tall order, as we're gonna be receiving citations for each Oberstraun passport we illegally confiscate, meaning we need to play an effectively perfect game otherwise. I go through the day confiscating as many Oberstraun passports as I can when things get serious on the 8th visit. Look at it. Oh my god, I love you, Daddy. Simon Wenz took her from me. Follow him for many weeks. I know he comes here soon. It is a big favor to ask, but it is important. Let him through if you see him. but take his passport first. I come back. You give me his passport and I track him down. I make him suffer like he did to Julia. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that's kind of a noble cause. I feel as though I should do that. By the end of the day, I've managed to confiscate 4 Oberstraun passports, but only have $70 to my name. So I'll need to double that to escape with everyone. On the bright side, I now have 2 days to get just 2 more passports. And if I was even considering leaving without my full family, my wife gives me a picture of the whole crew together. I know that I must succeed for Uncle Jimbo. At the top of the day, we're visited by our supervisor once again, but this time no plaque. The levels of cruelty in this country are expanding to places I never before thought to be possible. I confiscate another Oberstraun passport, and then we're visited by Simon Wenz, the criminal the father warned us about earlier. In line with what he asked, I confiscate his passport and admit him into the country, to which he literally says nothing to. Creepy. I confiscate the final Oberstraun passport I need, and then I'm visited by Julia's father. Did you see him? Give his passport to me. Oh, yeah, I did. I took it for you, bro. Here you go. I know this city. He will be easily found. Let me through. Okay. You got it. Thank you. Now please give me back my daughter's photo. Oh, yeah. I show it to him while he suffers. Oh my god. Good on you, man. My Julia. Read the news tomorrow. Oh, we got a thing! Yes, for helping Julia's father, we receive an achievement and our 5th token. I make it to the end of the day, but with the 2 passports I stole, plus the Simon Wenz debacle, I suffered 35 credits and penalties. Meaning I've just got 1 day to earn $135. On the bright side, though, it seems Julia's father's plans worked, as Simon Wenz was found in a confusing mess, which is just about the most horrifying thing I can imagine. And thus starts the final day of Papers, Please. And to bid us farewell is none other than our boy, Georgie. Georgie! Oh boy, I make a big score. Huge. You have no idea. Anyways, I just want to say thank you. I wait just in line for that. Maybe I quit now. Ha 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 ha. Whoa! Oh my god. You gave me a ton of cash. Whoa, I needed that. Then, as we're processing our 8th person, a car comes barreling through and runs over one of the guards. 2 guys get out of the car and shoot the other guards dead. Fearing for my life, I use the non-tranquilizer and take out both attackers. I head home, and even with all the bonuses I received today, I'm still just $5 short of being able to escape to Oberstraun. So I'm forced to head to my information audit and face the music. We have audited your activities for the past 20 years. There are some anomalies, but you have served Astroka well. Oh yeah, I did great. We will overlook these small transgressions. You have now been cleared of any suspicion. Oh, I didn't need to escape. Glory to Astroska. A new agreement has been reached with Kalichka. Grestin border checkpoint will reopen soon. Everything seemed to work out. Return to your post on January 1st. Endless unlock code 62131. Everything turned out well, actually. Yeah, because I'm a complete coward and didn't complete a single ESIC task in my run, I successfully earned ending 20, as well as the achievement for staying true to the Astrokan government. I would consider this one of the 3 true endings in the game. But even though we made it to the end of the game, we've still got a lot more achievements to earn, 2 more tokens to find, and 17 more endings to see. The first of which is the path that involves escaping to Oberstraun. To accomplish this, I had to reload my save from day 31, this time receiving no citations. Using this money, plus the bonus I get from downgrading to a Class 8 apartment, means I can just barely afford to escape to Oberstraun for all 6 of my family. You gather your son, wife, niece, uncle, and mother-in-law, and leave to Oberstraun. Nice! You board the late train to the Northern Territories. It is nearly empty. You pay for the hastily forged passports and re-entry tickets. They look terrible. But am I going to be approved? You reach the border crossing at dawn. The line is immense. Oh my god, it's weird to be on the other side. 6 hours later. Hand over all documents now. Uh-oh. Come to visit relatives. I do not care why you come. Wait here. Wait, what? They don't have that on their slips, bro. Are we approved? Ka-chunk. What? Ka-chunk. What is ka-chunk? Oh, he's stamping them all. Is he approving them? Ka-chunk. Oh my god, this is what it must feel like on the other side. Holy crow. Approve me already! Oh my god, stop! Welcome to Oberstraun, yes! Oh my god, we made it. Oberstraun above all. That's what I was always saying. That's what I've been saying since the beginning. Astroka, I don't know her. That unlocks ending 18, the second true ending in my opinion. There's also an extremely similar ending to this one that just involves you escaping with less than the whole family. Here I just leave with me and my son, leaving the fate of the rest of my family unknown. A sadder tale that unlocks ending 16 for us. But for the rest of the achievements, we're gonna need to start a whole additional playthrough back from day 1. The hardest part of this playthrough is we're gonna need to earn the Worker's Best achievement for acquiring a Class 5 apartment. This means we're gonna need a lot of credits, which seems difficult when we barely skirted by on our last playthrough. But there are a few factors this time around that are going going to lead to things being much easier. First, I know what I'm doing, so I can go a lot faster, especially on these early days when you need to look at way less documents. In fact, on my first day, I'm able to process 17 people. Secondly, I learned a technique that helps you save tons of money. You may have noticed in the last playthrough, I was only ever punished when I denied my family food or heat 2 days in a row. Just a single night without one will have them recover just fine. Because of this, you can actually alternate between turning off the heat and then the next night turning off food. The worst thing that might happen is someone gets sick, but since medicine only costs 5 credits, it's more than worth the exchange. At the end of day 3, I've already gathered up 125 credits. The day goes through like normal, except this time on day 5, you may remember the man who had valid papers and his wife did not. This time I let her through to be with her husband. As a thank you, she gives us our second to last token. On day 8 though, we reveal the second playthrough's main purpose, to go full rebellion mode and complete the Ezek route. The Ezek agent gives me a note that of course denotes to Corman Drex, and later that day, Corman comes by and I give him the paper. Very good. Read quickly. Strokin is great country poisoned by corrupt leaders. War has made government greedy and paranoid. Have seen for yourself. Help us free a stroke from shekels. You got it, man. Do not lose this. I will not. On day 10, the Ezek agent delivers to me the other half of the Cipher Codex, so I know to admit Michael Sartov and Stephanie Greer in the coming days. By the end of the day, I had accumulated nearly 300 credits. I am feeling good about getting this apartment. On day 11, Michael Sartov comes through and I give him the good old green stamp. And it seems like admitting him worked, as the newspaper has a story of Greston Metro being sabotaged, and someone has stamped the Ezek star on it. I just have a few questions for you. I'm not familiar with that. If you see any curious thing, report immediately. You got it, boss man, will do! Since we got so much in savings, that night we're given the option to move into the Class 7 apartment. Additionally, an Ezek agent has brought us a 2,000 credit gift. I figure since we're going down the Ezek path this time, it'd be okay to accept the bribe credits. But this does not go down as smoothly as I thought it would. Here's a report of your new wealth. The Ministry of Income has confiscated your savings pending investigation. I lost all my savings. What jerks. Okay, well, no food tonight. Yes, immediately after moving to a more expensive apartment, all $300 I had personally saved was also wiped out. I'm starting to doubt these Ezek guys now. They kind of seem clueless. Large gift was mistake. Ministry of Information now investigates your connection to Ezeks. Next agent comes today. Will solve problem. Deny at your own risk. But if I decide I've had just about enough of the Ezek shenanigans and deny Stephanie entry, we're given a surprise the following morning. Oh, the inspector's here. Hello, Inspector. There's a small discrepancy with your finances. The Ministry of Income was thoughtful enough to notify us. It's best if you come with me. No! I should have burned that gift. The Ministry of Income has discovered an anomaly in your earnings. You are under arrest pending a full audit for your recent activities. Womp womp. Your family will likewise be held for questioning. Glory to Ostroska. We grab ending 4 of 20 and then reload on day 14, and this time admit Stephanie into the country. It seems that Ezek was true to their word, that they don't get innocents involved, as the newspaper says the headquarters were evacuated due to a strange gas, but no deaths were reported, only missing documents. Later that day, an Ezek agent comes by requesting the coded documents back and then hands us a note. You have done well. Both agents now operating. When Ostroskas was born, the order fulfilled same role as today. When tyranny ends, we will disappear again. Got it. Because of our good work, Stephanie's able to clear us of any wrongdoing with the Ministry of Income, though her savings will not be returned. Day 16 ends with, as you may recall, someone jumping over the border wall. On day 17, an Ezek agent comes to reiterate that the border breach was not them. Another agent's coming today, whose identity I can confirm using this cipher. While this one confused me last time, I now understand that I'm supposed to line up these little dotted holes with the dots on the passport. Because all passport types are formatted differently, it shows nothing on most, but eventually when I use it on someone's passport, it reveals EZIC, confirming she's the operative. Stroska in the order. The others do not agree, but I believe the man in red is not a threat. What? What are you talking about? With that bit of ominous information in mind, I let her pass through, completing my third Ezek task. At the end of day 18, we're offered the chance to move to a more expensive Class 6 apartment. While I have some savings, things are looking a little tight, so I decide to forego my son's expensive crayon set this time. Sorry to all the art connoisseurs who are looking forward to appreciating son's drawing once again. On day 20, we're visited by our supervisor. If we've got the football poster still hanging up, he will make a comment about how we shouldn't hang up anything besides his plaques, and consequently docks our pay right as I move into a new apartment. Jerk. Later on, an Ezek agent visits us and requests that we poison Khalid Ishtam. Once he arrives, I push the poison envelope over his passport. Then this immediately poisons and kills him, and this guard too, which I actually kind of feel bad about. But on the bright side, Ezek gives us a gift for poisoning the man. Yay! On day 21, the watch guy comes again, and he's actually the source of the final token we're missing in the game. Yes, despite holding onto his watch for 2 days straight, that was enough to earn his token, and what I failed to do last time is so stupid. So on day 23, when watch guy returns, after illegally letting him cross the border and holding onto his watch, you might remember that he throws a little temper tantrum about some scratch on the face. Well, when he does that, he asks for his money back, and you're supposed to actually give it. Oh, you're a pretty honest person. Wow, you know I cannot take this. Scratch was there before, actually. Here. Aw, thank you. I'm starting to think maybe not all Stroksons are so bad. Aw, we got the Republica token. Yay. Giving us the game's final token. But that's not all that happens on day 23, as it is also the fateful day of meeting the man in red. AZIC. What do you got to say? Khaled dealt with. Another assassin comes. Man in red carries info on all EAZIC Ostroska. Cannot take chances. You must kill him today. We will provide opportunity. If succeed, you will be caught. Must sacrifice self for Ostroska. Family will be safe. Shoot to kill. Dang. Now this day can actually lead to a few different endings. First off, during the distraction, I want to shoot the man in the red with the tranquilizer. If we do this, we're taken to prison for shooting an innocent. But then an ESIC agent slips a note under our cell. Inspector, family is safe. Target has recovered in hospital. Placement inspector not cooperative. EZIC activities hindered. Oh. We cannot provide further support. EZIC to hibernate again. Dude, we shouldn't have shot the red guy. Family will be taken to Abastran. Good luck. There's also another ending we can unlock here where we shoot the man in red to kill with the rifle instead. This ending is pretty similar, but instead of prison, we're sentenced to death. Instead of the man in red recovering, other problems arise for the EZIC. Yes, like Marie said on day 17, it turns out the man in the red is actually not a threat at all, and killing him needlessly sacrificed ourselves. These endings really shed a light that the EZIC are not like these genius shadow cabal controlling the government. They're more like a hastily thrown together teacher-assigned group project. However, this does give me an achievement and 2 more endings. This time on day 23, we let the man in the red walk free and are able to continue on with the game. The following day, an EZIC agent says that we've missed our chance, and the man in red is now targeting EZIC agents in Kalicha. Yeah, sure, buddy, whatever you say. After getting through a staggering 14 people that day, we're offered a class 5 apartment that night, the best that a worker can have. It'll raise our rent to 50, but we won't need to pay heat anymore. And cooler than that, it can give us one of the game's rarer achievements, leaving just 1 left for us to earn. On day 27, an EZIC agent comes by with a note. This one is informing us that the Ostrokan government plans to yield to Kalichian demands and cede Grestin. In order to stop negotiations, I will allow the incoming Kalichian diplomat entry today, but confiscate his passport. I do as such, and later on, an EZIC operative visits me. I saw him enter. Give his passport to me. Ah, good. I look much the same as him. I just need to shave my mustache. But we all must make sacrifices. Brother, you are one of the bravest souls on this planet. I could never do that. Approve the visa. You got it. And with that, we've completed all 5 of the EZIC tasks. The next few days are uneventful until day 30, where we're once again visited by our supervisor. But again, you have unauthorized items on the wall. I warned before. That's all it takes? Just a couple items on the wall? Dear God. The penalty is forced labor. Your family will be sent back to their village. Jesus. For a soccer poster? They really just throw you in jail for just about anything these days. I reload and this time take the football poster off the wall. Then I can make it through and head on to the final day of Papers, Please, day 31. Grestin checkpoint is at an end. Today we break this wall down. You will be safe. Hold your fire. The order of the ESIC star. You got it. No firing. And later that day, the ESIC operation begins. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my God, that guy got run over. Holy crap. Okay, I'm not supposed to do anything. This is the EZIC. Oh my God, they're bombing the wall. Dang. Oh my God, everyone's just running over. Holy crow. It's a fully Ostroka. Wow. That was cool. Nice, that's the last achievement. Inspector, it is a glorious day. The border has been pierced. EZIC grows strong while the corrupt and greedy weaken. We are moving you and your family to a better home. Oh my God, thank you, EZIC. Your services as an inspector are no longer required. We need agents. Oh my God, I'm becoming an EZIC agent. Follow us and together we'll complete the revolution. Glory to the new Ostroka. And with that, we've unlocked the final achievement as well as the true EZIC ending. But there's still a few more endings for us to unlock. Firstly, if we play through day 30 again, but this time shoot the EZIC agents, we make it to the information audit and receive this ending. Hello, Inspector. We have audited your recent activities. Your involvement with the group calling the Order of the EZIC Star has been uncovered. Uh-oh. Several members of this group have been arrested in Ostroka. At least 1 EZIC member has confessed to receiving your help. This represents treason of the highest order. Goodbye, Inspector. Scheduled for tonight. Oh my God, I'm being executed? Your family's safety is unknown. EZIC has been crushed. Oh. And a note from under the cell door. Inspector, you have betrayed us at the last moment. This chapter of EZIC is over. We can offer no help to you and your family. For the next ending, we've got to reload day 31 again and shoot one of the agents, but let the other agents still successfully blow up the wall. Border has been pierced. It is a glorious day for the Order of the EZIC Star, but you have betrayed us at the last moment. Your betrayal means you have chosen the wrong side. There is no place for you or your family in this revolution. Goodbye, Inspector. What does that mean? So yeah, in that one, EZIC takes power, but since we betrayed them, I assume EZIC kills us and our family. Not exactly the most heartwarming ending. For the next group of endings, we need to make it to day 31, completing 1 to 3 EZIC tasks, which can be done pretty easily by reloading my original playthrough file and just completing the day 27 task. We unlock one ending by letting the wall blow up, and another by stopping the EZIC attackers. These endings are pretty much identical to the ones we just saw, so I'm gonna skip over them. Now we've got just 6 endings left, and they're all pretty basic. The first one's for just letting your entire family die off. Your entire family is gone. The mission Ministry of Labor focuses on Ostroka's future growth. Workers are expected to support large, healthy families. Your position will be fulfilled by someone more appropriate. Dang. Glory to Ostroka. The next ending is another game over one that you receive for going into debt. Basically, you get thrown into jail and your family's taken back to their village. The last group of 4 endings are for shooting improper targets with the gun. There's one for shooting a citizen with a tranquilizer, one for shooting a guard with a tranquilizer, and then 2 more for shooting both with a rifle. In all 4 of them, you're sentenced to death. The end. And that was 100% of Papers, Please. Truly one of the finest indie games out there, and if you're gonna play through it, I'd highly recommend going for all 3 of the true endings. Thanks to Plantastics for recommending that I 100% this game. Let me know which one I should do next. Bye!